Karen Huger arrived at the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 10 reunion armed with some blunt advice and a plea for Wendy Osefo regarding her legal battle. Amid a discussion during the third and final installment of the RHOP reunion in which both women declared they felt betrayed by each other, Karen told Wendy, "You need to be quiet." Though host Andy Cohen interjected and moved on to another topic, Karen clarified and elaborated on her statement a bit later. Wendy had just detailed how she and husband Eddie Osefo discovered that their home was burglarized in 2024, followed by the day of their subsequent arrests on felony fraud charges in October 2025, when Andy asked Karen, "As someone who went through their own issues with the law, did you reach out to Wendy when you heard about her arrest?" After sending her best wishes to the Osefo family, Karen addressed Wendy directly. "I just told you to shut the fuck up. I took it out of context because I didn't want you to do what you just did. I wouldn't have answered anything on this stage today." She continued, "You're talking too much, Wendy. I'm begging you to stop talking. I do not want you to go to jail. I don't believe it is helping you. Take it from the Karen you used to like, how about that? Because when you talk, they watch, okay? They hear you. And so, I would have said, respectfully, Andy, I can't answer those questions right now." Wendy, for her part, said she was receptive to Karen's advice before explaining that she'd already consulted with her legal team. "Prior to coming here, my legal counsel was informed that I would be here," Wendy said. "And they are very aware of the line of questioning. What I divulged right now is already public record." Karen replied, "I'm just praying that everything you're saying is the truth, because they can twist it and it won't be in your favor. And you've got to think about the kids. That's all I'm saying." Meanwhile, Wendy doubled down and responded, "Karen, I receive what you're saying, and I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. There's no intimate details that I have just given that is not in the public record, even the police report. And so I know what you're saying, but again, I know when to put a kibosh on it. But I hear you, and I receive it." As her post-filming update noted in the RHOP Season 10 finale, if convicted, Wendy and Eddie are facing a sentence of up to 15 years in prison. So, the Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen host asked Karen, who had just spent about 6 months in jail on a DUI conviction, what advice she would give Wendy about potentially serving real time. "Well, first of all, we're phenomenal Black women. My prayers are with you and your family," Karen began. "Adversities are always faced in life. I know you'll rise. And I pray you'll never know what it's like to have your liberties taken away from you." Karen added, "There is another side. It won't break you. And if you get real with yourself, you'll be a better version of yourself. And I wish you the absolute best." With that, Andy gave Wendy the floor to share any final words on the subject. "You know, I'm not on the other side of it yet, but when you're in that valley, you see a side of yourself that you've never seen before," Wendy remarked. "It builds humility, it builds strength. And even though I'm not out of the storm, I'm already a better woman for being in the storm. And I'm forever grateful for that." As her case continues to play out in the courts, find out what Wendy tearfully shared about her arrest and legal battle earlier on the RHOP Season 10 reunion.